With the 2026 consistory, rumors reaching a fever pitch in Rome, one name stands out as a bridge between the global south and the heart of European diplomacy: Archbishop Bernardito Auza. But he is just the beginning. Hello everyone, I'm Leander, also known as the Collegial Catholic. On this channel, we dive into the heart of ecclesiology and church politics, analyzing appointments and faith with a focus on a collegial spirit. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get right into today's analysis. To understand the man, we have to look to the island of Bohol, Philippines. Born on June 10th, 1959, Bernardito Cleopas Auza was the 8th of 12 children. This is where the roots of his collegial approach began, in a large family within the vibrant missionary heart of the Filipino church. He was ordained a priest on June 29th, 1985. His intellectual journey took him to the University of Santo Tomas in Manila and eventually to the Angelicum in Rome, where he earned a doctorate in sacred theology. A detail often missed by casual observers: he's a member of the priestly fraternities of Saint Dominic. This Dominican spirituality, centered on the veritas or truth, is the silent engine behind his diplomatic career. In 1990, he entered the Pontifical Ecclesiastical Academy, the West Point of the Vatican, preparing for a life on the world stage. Before he was even 50, he had served in Madagascar, Bulgaria, and Albania, but it was his 2008 appointment as Nuncio to Haiti that would truly test his mettle. In 2010, while serving as Nuncio to Haiti, Archbishop Auza faced a literal and metaphorical collapse. The devastating earthquake killed over 300,000 people, including the Archbishop of Port-au-Prince. In the chaos, Auza became the pillar of the church. He didn't just pray from the sidelines. He coordinated the international relief efforts and the physical rebuilding of the Haitian church. He proved he could lead in a crisis. This success led him to New York in 2014, where he served as the permanent observer of the Holy See to the United Nations. For 5 years, he was the Pope's voice on the world's most influential stage. He didn't just sit in meetings. No, he was a key negotiator for the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the Paris Agreement. He championed the rule of law and the dignity of the human person, proving that the church can be a sophisticated player in multilateral diplomacy. From the UN, he moved to Spain in 2019, navigating a period of intense secularization and political tension. And then, the turning point. On March 22nd, 2025, just last year, he was appointed the Apostolic Nuncio to the European Union. Think about the timing. He arrived in Brussels just as the new Pope, Leo XIV, was beginning his pontificate. Auza is now the man tasked with representing the Holy See to the EU during the most precarious geopolitical moment in Europe since World War II. He is quite literally the Pope's ambassador of peace at the doorstep of the Ukraine war. Now, the big question: why do I think he will be created a cardinal in the 2026 consistory, if there is one this year? First, consider the Leo XIV factor. Our new American Pope has made communion and synodality his watchwords. In his January extraordinary consistory, he told the cardinals that the church grows by attraction and love. Auza's career is the embodiment of this. He isn't a culture warrior, he is a bridge builder. He speaks the language of the modern world without losing the core of the faith. Second, the geographic strategy. Leo XIV, as the first pope from the United States, will be very careful not to appear too Western or Eurocentric. By elevating Auza, the highest ranking Filipino in the diplomatic corps, he honors the global South while choosing a man who has deep ties to the US, where his family resides, and Europe. It's a move that satisfies every corner of the globe. Third, the EU appointment. Historically, the Nuncio to the EU is often a precursor to a major curial role or a red hat. In a world enveloped by war, as Auza himself recently said, the Pope needs cardinals with diplomatic steel. Archbishop Auza has the theological depth of a Dominican, the crisis management experience of Haiti, the multilateral expertise of the UN, and the current frontline position in Brussels. If Pope Leo wants a college of cardinals that is both missionary and diplomatically potent, Bernardito Auza is a perfect fit. But what do you think? Does Auza represent the Leonine vision of the church? Drop your predictions for the 2026 consistory below in the comments. Let's keep this conversation collegial. I'm Leander, and I'll see you in the next analysis. Bye!